Curaçao. Population, 150,000. No professional football league. No stadium that holds 70,000 people. And yet, for 11 minutes on June the 16th, 2026, they were level with Germany at a FIFA World Cup. In Houston. In front of the world. That moment, the goal that silenced a stadium, is worth understanding. Because the tactical gap Curaçao found is the same gap every team in this tournament is looking for. And the reason Germany closed it so brutally, scoring 6 more, explains exactly why this is the most complete pressing machine in the competition. This is Decode the Moment. Germany 7, Curaçao 1. Let's break it down. Germany came to Houston as European champions. Julian Nagelsmann's 4-2-3-1 is built on 2 principles. First, a high pressing trigger. The moment an opponent's ball carrier is forced under pressure, every German midfielder collapses on them simultaneously. Second, overload to isolate in the final third, using numerical superiority on one side to create one-on-one situations on the other. Jamal Musiala, the number 10, is the engine of both. Free to drift between lines, link play, and arrive late in the box. Behind him, Felix Nmecha and Aleksandar Pavlovic as the double pivot, covering space, launching transitions. And Kai Havertz at the tip, not a pure striker, but a false 9 who drags defenders out of position to create runs for the midfielders arriving behind him. Curaçao, managed by Dick Advocat, at 80 years old, the oldest manager ever to take the touchline at a World Cup, set up in a 4-3-3. Compact. Deep. Their plan, absorb German pressure, keep their shape, and when the ball turns over, release Leandro Bacuna, the captain wearing number 10, to run the channels. It nearly worked. For 11 minutes, it did work. 6 minutes. Germany win the ball high up the pitch after Havertz forces Curaçao's center back into a rushed clearance. Musiala collects in the middle third. That is the pressing trigger, and what follows is textbook Nagelsmann. Havertz holds the line in the box, occupying both center backs. Sané pins the right back wide, and from his position in the double pivot, Felix Nmecha, the number 23, reads the gap before it opens. Watch the overload to isolate. Musiala drives at Bazor, the Curaçao center back who has stepped out to press. Behind Bazor, neither Leandro Bacuna nor Comenencia can track what is arriving from deep. They face a decisional crisis: track the ball carrier or drop to cover the runner. They split their attention, and that split costs them everything. Nmecha's run is a third-man run executed perfectly. He starts 55 meters from goal, times his arrival to the exact moment the pass is played, and finishes from 6 meters. Room, the goalkeeper, has no angle. It is one of the simplest finishes in World Cup history, but only because everything before it was engineered with precision. Germany 1, Curaçao 0. 6 minutes played, and then Curaçao did something that nobody expected. Germany's response to the opener was to push their defensive line even higher. Ta and Schlotterbeck are practically at the halfway line at the 20-minute mark. Germany want to compress the pitch, deny Curaçao any space to breathe in, and press them back into their own half. It is the system working exactly as intended, except for one thing. Nmecha and Pavlovic, the double pivot, have drifted centrally, both covering the central channel between themselves. The corridor on the left half space between Nmecha's body and the diagonal shadow cast by Pavlovic is empty. The cover shadow that should be blocking that corridor simply does not exist. Armando Obispo, Curaçao's number 5 center back, spots it. Obispo clips it over the top. Locadia, the number 9, flicks it on in the channel, and Leandro Bacuna has already started his run. He has read the space before it opens. He has seen the cover shadow failure before Nmecha or Pavlovic have. Watch the German double pivot. They are stationary, flat. Neither of them can intercept the ball or track the runner before he is through. Bacuna runs from the right of midfield all the way into Germany's penalty area, completely unmarked, into the exact corridor that Germany's own defensive shape created. He finishes. And a nation of 150,000 people celebrate a World Cup equalizer. This is the cover shadow failure that every analyst will study. Germany 1, Curaçao 1. 21 minutes. Germany restored order before half-time. Schlotterbeck attacked a Brown delivery at the front post, a set-piece pattern Nagelsmann had clearly drilled. 2 minutes into first-half stoppage time, Havertz was fouled in the box and converted the penalty himself. Germany went to the break 3-1 up. The equalizer was a warning. The system's response was a statement. But it was the goal that made it 4-1. Midway through the second half, that demonstrated exactly why Germany are the team to beat in this tournament. Sané is wide right. He receives from Kimmich and drives at Floranis, the Curaçao right back, who has no choice but to step in and press. That movement pulls Floranis inward, and in doing so creates space behind him on the wide right channel. But here is where Germany's system is different. Kimmich does not stay in his right-back position. He makes an underlapping run, arriving into the half space in front of Curaçao's midfield. Comenencia, the Curaçao central midfielder, follows him. He cannot let Kimmich arrive unmarked. But the moment he follows Kimmich, he vacates his central position. And the moment that central position opens, Musiala has already started his run to attack it. This is the decisional crisis. Curaçao's back four must decide. Does the right back hold the line? Does the center back step to close Musiala? They do nothing in time. Musiala receives the pass from Kimmich, takes one touch, and bends it into the far corner. 4-1. The game is finished. The second half becomes an exhibition. What Germany showed today is that their system is not about individual brilliance, though Musiala provides that anyway. It is about manufactured chaos. Every run creates a decision for the defender. Every pass creates a positional problem. When you have Havertz dragging center backs, Kimmich underlapping from right back, Musiala drifting between lines, and Havertz inverting from the left, there is no stable defensive answer. Curaçao found a real gap in the cover shadow at 21 minutes. That is credible. That is something coaches in Group E and beyond will have noticed. But they only found it once. Germany found their gaps on 5 more occasions after that. The primary concept today was overload to isolate, executed in both halves in different zones. The secondary concept, the reason Curaçao's equalizer only lasted 16 minutes, was Germany's ability to re-establish the pressing trigger and deny any repeat. When a team finds your weakness once, you adjust. When they try to find it again, you are ready. That's what it means to have a system. That is what Germany have. Subscribe to Decode the Moment. Every match of World Cup 2026 broken down exactly like this. We will see you next time.